Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. What we're working on today is we are still on Chapter 7, and we are on Part 2 today. What we're doing is we are creating sequences and writing observations about them. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at this first one right here. It says the first term of a sequence is 65. The rule of the sequence is subtract 4. Find the next 4 terms in the sequence, then make observations about the pattern. So the first thing they're asking us to do, and I'm going to identify this, is that they want us to find the next 4 terms in the sequence. So let's go ahead and start with that. We know that in our sequence, our first number is going to be 65. How do we know that? Well, because it says 65 right up here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at the rule. We know the rule is to subtract 4, so minus 4. We've got to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find the next 4 terms. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and I know that my rule is I'm going to subtract 4 from each one. So if I think to myself, 65 minus 4, well, that's going to be 61. 61 minus 4, well, that's going to be 57. 57 minus 4, that's going to be 53. And finally, 53 minus 4, that's going to be 49. So what I've done right now is I've taken care of the first step, finding the next 4 terms in the sequence. Done with that. Then what I got to do is I got to go ahead and make observations about the pattern. Now an observation is simply what is it that you see that's going on with the pattern. Now an obvious explanation you could see is, oh, I see that we are subtracting 4, and that is a good observation, but we got to go a little bit deeper. Why not take a look and see if the numbers are odd or even? 65, we know 65 is odd. 61 is odd. 57 is odd. 53 is odd. And 49 is odd. So you could say they are all odd. They are all odd. You could also say that we are going down. Going down. These are all observations. Again, what we're doing is we're looking and seeing what is it that we notice about this pattern. All right, that's the first step. Let's take a look at another example. Let's take a look at this question number 7. First off, they give us the rule is to multiply by 3, and the pattern starts with 2. So no, 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 times 3 equals 18. 3 times 18, that equals 54. And 54 times 3, well, that is 162. So now my observation, let's take a look at these numbers. My first observation I should notice is that these are all even numbers. These are all even numbers. My second observation I should notice is that they are going up. But now for a third observation. Here's where it can get a little bit tricky. Let's take a look at the differences between these two numbers. Between 2 and 6. We have to go plus 4. To get from 6 to 18, you got to go plus 12. To get to 18 to 54, you have to go 36. To get from 54 to 162, you have to go 108. So let's look at these. I know my differences increase each time, so I could say that my differences increase. So those are other observations. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Thanks for checking in, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll talk to you later.